What's broken? That's broken. This is the way to move some snow. That much snow. This is the first storm we have really needed to get out here and clean up with the little 121, and I'm excited. You know, I'm the little kid that never grew up, and I love snow, so the opportunity to get out here and play with not the world's biggest Tonka toy, but the opportunity to get out here and plow some snow is something I just really have a lot of fun with. It is still a learning experience for me with this plow on getting it to bite enough to be effective, but not take so much I start pushing the front end of the loader around. And if we get to a really big drift, I can always V it out and we'll dig that way. But this is, man, this is hands down the nicest piece of snow removal equipment I have owned. And this is awesome. I'm warm. The wind is not blowing in on me. Like when I first moved here, I was clearing snow with an open station, no cab, 60 horse farm tractor with a rear blade. It got the job done, but man, it was not the world's most pleasant snow removal operator experience by a long shot. And then after that, I upgraded to a 25-year-old pickup with a clapped out plow system on the front of it that has cost me more in repair work than it did to purchase. And that was good. That was a big step up in the comfort category, but it still didn't really have the power or the ability to dig through some of these super deep drifts that we can get out here sometimes. So it was better, but it still wasn't ideal. This thing, man, this thing is getting it done. I'm warm. That I cannot put into words how big of a change that is to be out here not freezing. I don't have a great camera mount yet though, so I think you're noticing that. And I'm also plowing way more efficiently than I was able to do using just the bucket. The bucket got it done, but it was slow when I need to go down, you know, a couple miles of road. And then, so I am really, really enjoying this little loader. I'm out of the wind. I have an enclosed cab. Do I have a cup holder? I actually have a cup holder. I don't have anything in it, but it's just comforting to know that it's there, right? Jesus, it's kind of rough. I hope the GoPro's not dying. I can't see the GoPro. I had to put it outside the cab because as much as I have done to this loader, there are still a few little things that could use some attention. And one of those little things is the front windshield wiper does not work. I need to fix it. I have just not made that a priority because I've been fixing other things. I actually had to call the case dealer out a little while ago and have them do some stuff for me. There we go, baby. Look at that. The loader popped up an engine oil pressure code, and I tested the oil pressure and it was fine. Turns out the sensor had failed, but once that sensor failed and that code is set in the machine, you cannot get that code to go away until the dealer does that with their software. So I had the dealer come out. He cleared that code out of it. He cleared a couple of other old stored codes out of it. Man, bumpy. I'm sorry, camera. I wish you were not getting the ride it looks like you're getting. I hope the GoPro didn't die. I'm gonna have to check that in a minute. I did manage to get home in the work truck, but it was very, very sketchy. And the fact that I've got a little over 1,000 pounds worth of some very big used parts in the back really did help with traction. So that was nice. Oh, that's a drift right there. Dig, baby, dig. Look at that. I want to turn the camera around, but I don't have time to stop and reset it without getting stuck. So cross your fingers, the GoPro is for once behaving in a reliable manner. Jeez, that was a couple feet deep right there. Man. That was a good one. If the GoPro holds out, well, whether it holds out or not, we're going to check it down here at the end of this pass where I turn around. Then we'll try to go back the other way. Boy, do I like this loader. So in addition to having to clear the codes out of it, there are a couple of other... So in addition to having the dealer clear a couple codes out of it a few weeks ago, there are a few other little things I need to fix. One of which is the front windshield wiper doesn't work. The other is I have a small, oh baby, that is another probably 2-foot drift. Good grief. I have a small brake fluid leak somewhere. Oh, come on, you got this. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I could not. I really think if I'd been another 30 minutes getting home, I would not have been able to drive all the way home. I would have been walking to go get this and then come back and get the work truck. But in addition to the brake fluid leak, I've also discovered while I've been using this thing, the two work lights that are on the front leave a lot to be desired. They're pretty good up close. I don't have any complaints, you know, seeing 5 or 10 feet in front of the bucket. But being able to go down and actually look, oh baby, come on, you can do it. You can do it. Hey, there we go. Come on, GoPro, don't let me down. Please don't let me down. The work lights that are on the front are really good close up, you know, 5-10 feet in front of where the bucket is great. But if I really need to be able to look out ahead of me and see what's going on, for example, down the road if I am plowing snow later in the evening, well, they're not really very good for that. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. I could have V'd it out for some of this, and maybe I should have, but man, maybe I'm gonna have to. Maybe I'm gonna have to. Dig, baby, dig. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Don't get stuck. Let's try this again. Come on, baby. There we go. Now we're digging. See me throwing the snow back. Look at that. That is why I love this thing. Look at that. Yes. Power. God, this is fun. Little kids never grow up. We just buy more expensive, difficult to maintain, difficult to live with Tonka toys. It's true. It's true. And I see cars coming down the road, so I'm going to wait here and make sure they are not going the way I need to go. Because I don't want to block them in. I'd rather they go by and then we'll go. Which is a great opportunity to check. She's dead. Darn it. It froze. I'm having more fun than a 6-year-old in a sandbox.
Yeah, I'm going. That's why I came home. Or wherever you want help, I don't really care.
I left my house and came this direction and just got here.
Okay.
I think if I'd been another half hour getting home, I would have had to walk to go get this.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
So I'm gonna go back that way.
Okay.
And I haven't done anything from my house toward your house or further down. So I don't know what that's like, but I'm sure none of it's good.
Right.
There are some really great neighbors out here. The guy that just stopped, that pickup going up there, he was asking about where he needed to go with his tractor to be helpful and be effective and really make a difference. I'll catch this big drift that got me stuck a minute ago and try to push it over. Man, that is a lot. That is a lot. Turn, baby. Turn, baby. Camera angle ain't what I wanted. How's that? Is that better? That's not bad. Come on, loader, you got this. Look at you go. Look at you, girl, standing here beside me. I can't remember the rest of that song. That's probably for the best. Y'all aren't here to hear me sing. Nobody came to hear me sing, warble around. This is why I love the V-Plow. This is why I love the V-Plow. There is no fighting. There's not a whole lot of just getting pushed sideways. I can just center it up and go. A little bit of a drift right here, but otherwise all this looks pretty okay. Ooh. More of a drift than I thought. Yeah, this is a good one. I'll probably turn around down here and go back the other way. I'm on the road. What is going on? Oh, God! What on earth was that? That is one big damn pothole. Jeez, oh Pete. All right, well that was unwelcome. Loader, you can do it. Dig, baby, dig. That was a good drift. That That was a real good drift. We've opened this up once. Now I'm just trying to widen it out and push it back. Scott did a good bit through here. It looks like he made a solid effort to widen it up a little further. But he was headed down to work on that really deep spot up there. Oh, push, baby, push, baby, push. So if we can dig our way back up there, we'll go give him a hand with that. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Look at that. This is a way to move snow. I mean, bigger would always be better, but if it was a whole lot bigger, it wouldn't take skid steer attachments, and that is a huge plus to this little thing. I really would like to fix my front windshield wiper. That would please me. I need to get around to making that a priority. My rear wiper doesn't work either. My blade is tripped all the way forward, or pretty darn close. I'll have to push that back on purpose. See Scott's down here with his tractor. There's probably a foot on the ground right through here that we're working our way through. What's broken? That's broken. Yep, that's broken. Take her home. It looks like all of the welds on the left side hinge broke. I raised it up, I went to angle it, and she came loose. So I'm gonna go swap this out now and throw the bucket back on. There's a couple of drifts up here that need to be pushed back anyway that I couldn't really do with this, so we'll use a bucket for that. Scott's here in his little red tractor. There's another tractor. He said it looked like 100 and something, 115, 120 horse further down the road working on stuff, so good times. So we're going to have to address the plow in a little bit. I don't know if the camera caught the actual failure or not, but the welds on the left wing of the plow just broke. So we are back to using the bucket. It's not as efficient, certainly not as ideal, but it still allows us to get some work done. So the biggest thing we were getting to the point of with the plow was scooping it or putting it in scoop position anyway so that we could use it as a tool to push some big drifts back on the side. So the bucket should be capable for that. I mean, should be, it is. It's just not as nice. if you look closely, you can see the cutting edge on the bucket does not extend all the way to the right side. That's because this is apparently a weird bucket. It's not the factory one, which is no big deal, but I gave the dimensions of the cutting edge to a local supplier that handles that stuff, and the only cutting edge they could even get me with the correct bolt pattern was this one, which is correct, but as you can see, it's 2 inches long on the left and about 2 inches short on the right. Not ideal, but it's working. I'm kind of getting a feel for it, so it hasn't bothered me enough to try to fix it yet, I guess, is where I'm going. I could cut and weld it. I could buy another cutting edge. I could, there's all sorts of options that could be employed for that. But even in the condition that it's in, it keeps the bucket from getting chewed up, and that's really the biggest thing I care about. I actually thought about pulling the bucket off and throwing the edge tamers back on, but just didn't feel like it right now. I would rather get this to some degree of completion and then worry about that. I've also got to disconnect that backup beeper. I didn't mind it for a little while, but it is really, really getting on my nerves. I can see Scott and his tractor way up there, so we'll go that way and help him push the rest of that back. Let's see what he has to say. Talked to him for a minute. That was good. Oh man, he said there's a couple of piles up here that need work. It is so nice to jump in this loader and be out of the wind and have heat. Hopefully people will start getting home soon, because even as much as we've done up here, it doesn't take long for the wind to just start undoing it. Like you can see, we've had this completely open at various points this afternoon, and yet here we are, almost like it hasn't been touched. Get stuck, don't get stuck, don't get stuck. Man, I hate that I broke the plow. that happens. Not making excuses. I mean, after all, I was the one running it when it broke, so there's no denying it was me. But you can see where that section had been rebuilt and repaired before, and I don't know that it was done as well as it could be, because when I bought it, we had to fix a couple of cracked welds right there along that hinge. And then I'll just take a minute right here and see if I can show you way up there. There's another neighbor right, I'm going to try to point, right there with a tractor and a snowblower that's working on that part of the road. One of the things I really do love about living out here is in this particular little community we're in, the neighbors are all really good about coming together and working together, especially with stuff like this. You know, we're all battling the same road conditions, and the county does a great job, but they only have so many snow plows, and rural residential roads, you know, those take a lower priority than the paved highways and the main roads and that sort of thing. So they do a great job. They just don't have a whole ton of manpower to be able to be everywhere. And even if they had been, like if they had come out here and plowed this today, this morning, it wouldn't matter now, because you can see what we're redoing after, you know, just a couple hours. And most of what we did tonight, the county doesn't plow anyway because it's not county road. I'm just going to push a little bit more of these back, and then we're going to head back up the other way. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely. Turn around. We're gonna go the other way and push the snow back, put it back where it was found. I know, you're not here to hear me sing, but man, look at that sunset. That's pretty sweet. There's no way to really get it perfect, especially with a bucket, but I just want to get enough over so that it doesn't drift in on itself. Don't go forward. I'll get stuck again. If I had the plow, we could have been done by now. But that's okay. Plow will get fixed. And if I hadn't had the plow for the time that I did, Lord knows we would not have made near the progress that we did make. I'm going to turn my rear, that's my front, rear work light on, less because I need to see, turn the rear work light on, not because I need it to see, but because I do want to be seen. As much as you think a big yellow machine out here moving around would be pretty visible, it's sometimes people just don't notice that stuff, even when you would think that they would. So we'll add that rear work light. I've got a strobe light, a nice LED strobe I picked up a few years ago that I never put on anything. I may put it on here. I just gotta have time. There's plenty of loader related projects yet to be done, from the longer distance work lights to a strobe light to fixing the windshield wiper, which would really be a big benefit right about now. But at the end of the day, I'm just glad to be out here doing this in this machine with a cab, with heat, out of the wind, with a plow, sort of, mostly, until I broke it. See what I said about little kids, little boys in particular, never growing up? I took my Tonka toy out to the sandbox, played too rough with it, and now it's broke. That's okay. Go forward. Might help if I hit the button to go forward, huh? Oh wow, the camera is not nearly as affected by the crap on the windshield as I am. Alright, manual wiper time. Hey, I can see better. Well, the camera shifted over and blocked a defroster vent. That's why that's starting to look a little foggy. Ow! Smashed my hand pretty good with my little manual wiper trick. But I can see better for a few minutes. So you can kind of see what I'm talking about with the lights. They light up ahead of the bucket, but not really very far. It's enough for maybe loading a truck or something, but I want something with a little bit more throw that I can mount out on the boom, because it used to have lights with turn signals mounted on the boom, but they were taken off by a previous owner. We'll add that to the list of stuff to do.